Maybe 20-something years ago, we have had invitation to places where, oh, come and let's pray for this country, and so on and so forth. And then at the end, everybody take an envelope to go. And I say, oh no, I am not here for that. I can't even pray for pay. And I took off on the spot. For how much help he gave to us, from level to level, place to place. The welfare materials, the crusade bill, every single thing effortlessly carried by God, without taking a dime as offering on the crusade grounds, and without putting anybody under pressure. This church is not under pressure. Is there anybody under pressure financially? Give, otherwise we'll be stranded. No. Everybody is doing as they are willing. We also had very great reception in all the places we went. You can see how the chief of the place in Benue State, how we were received. In Kebbi State, we also had very, very good reception. As a matter of fact, the venue, the hall we used for the daytime meeting, which is the hall for the presidential lodge, that hall was given free of charge. It wasn't paid for. That was in Kebbi State. We had that great reception, and we had also great reception in Gombe State. The deputy governor received us with the cabinet, and it was a great time. That was not reflected here. However, there was a slight incident in Kebbi State that some of you may have seen, and that was where money was given, and we said that we are not receiving the money, that it should be redirected to something else. Now, for some people, that may be a surprise because they don't know who we are. But for those who know us, that is no surprise at all. That is how we have lived, and that is what we have stood for. As far back as maybe 20-something years ago, we have had invitation to places where, oh, come and let's pray for this country, and so on and so forth. And then at the end, everybody take an envelope to go. And I say, oh no, I am not here for that. I can't even pray for pay. And I took off on the spot. In the year of 2014, I was invited to go to Jerusalem, to Jerusalem for presidential pilgrimage. That President Goodluck Jonathan and many of the governors went with him on that pilgrimage. And the Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board invited me as guest speaker to preach to them on a Sunday morning. That was one of the first times that I was going to leave church. One of the few times I left church on a Sunday. But we considered it as a mission to the nation. I paid my airfare to go. They asked me, they said, oh, are we booking ticket for you? I said, no. I paid my airfare to go. When I reached there, they gave me accommodation. I stayed. Paid my airfare to come back. By the time we returned back, the board chairman, John Kennedy then, Professor John Kennedy now, brought an offering and said, this is their honorarium for me going. And I said, no, I am not taking anything, any dime from government. I can't. That happened then. President Goodluck Jonathan attended our church at least twice during his office days. During that period, then, now, and tomorrow, there has been no exchange of 1 naira. Take this or take that in exchange. It didn't happen once. One dime of government fund is not in this project, not 1 naira. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Just to let it be made clear that these are principles that we have lived with since when Governor Tom became governor of Benue State. Before he became, we prayed and trusted, and then he became governor. And he asked me to come when the new ESCO was starting, so that I can give them some leadership talks and spiritual things and then pray for them, which I went on my own expense to Makurdi and did. By the time I finished, one of the commissioners who was in charge of that kind of thing was to give me honorarium. Now that was meant to be official honorarium for coming to teach us leadership things and so on. And he told that commissioner, he said he will not receive it because he knew. So the man said, I will go. So the man brought the money, and I told him, no, I'm not here, and I don't want to touch one dime of government money. He returned it back to the governor, and he returned it back and said, he said he will not receive. And the governor said, I think I told you he won't receive it. Now the governor, Tom, reminded me that one day he brought his own pocket money, personal money, to give me, and I told him, I am not sure whether this is not security vote. I said, I'm not sure if this is not security, please keep it. I'm okay. He reminded me of that. So that is how we have lived our lives. Now, one of somebody who is as close, this someone we knew from the same primary school, the same secondary school, the same university, was Minister of Federal Republic. And he felt led to give a bus gift to the church. And he brought a bus gift, and I believe he could afford a bus. But because he was in office at that time, I said, oh no, please help me redirect it somewhere else. We're not receiving this. And that was what he did. Now, so these are things we have lived by now. Stanley Uzochukwu, who is Dr. Stanley of Stanley Group and Delboro, Lagos. We went to a crusade in the East, and he was sent by one of those governors to bring bag of money, the type you saw. Like that. And he said, give the man of God, this is our support for the crusade. He told the man that he will not receive it. The man said, it's not you I'm giving, take it to him. And he brought it. And once he brought it, I said, but you know I won't touch this. And he said, I told him, but the man said I should try. I said, okay, tell him that it is officially confirmed that I am not going to receive it. And he took it back to the governor and said, this is very, very strange. It's very, very strange. Now I am calling names in case you need to ask the people. All right? I said, this is very, very strange. He said, he wasn't used to that. Maybe he hasn't given and anybody rejected it. But I said, I am not. So Stanley asked me, excuse me, sir, so can you tell me exactly what's going on? I said, okay, first of all, this is money that is government's money, and it must be used for government things.